Hello and welcome to Damn It Vacant. I'm Ellis here with Joe and John, coming a day earlier than normal.
Oh, am I? Yep. Oh, okay. I was just going to edit it tomorrow and put it out on Thursday.
Okay, we're recording it a day earlier than tomorrow.
Right, because I was confused.
On Wednesday, because
it's Bake Off.
If anything crazy happens on Wednesday, we're not going to talk about it.
When we're recording anyway. Yeah. I got scared and confused then because I was like, no, Bake Off.
No.
Yeah, that's my fault. Well, Ashley's fault. We're going to pantomime on Wednesday.
Oh, no, you're not.
Yes, we are.
Which one? Is it one of them saucy Jim Davidson ones?
I actually have no idea. She got a message being like, we offer 2 for 1 tickets to pantomime, so we're going. I'm like,
pantomime's great.
Yeah.
It's like wrestling, but without the violence. Yeah, it's just lots of shouting.
First time I asked her to a wrestling show, she was like, it's a violent pantomime.
Yes, exactly. Yeah. Well, they don't throw sweets at you at the wrestling, whereas sometimes they do at pantomime, so think on.
Yeah, it's considered bad manners to like elbow with children out the way to get to the sweets.
Nah, it isn't. Fuck them.
Yeah.
Oh, yes, it is.
See, we can't do that all night, right? Done it once, everyone gets one, right? Because otherwise it'll be a long evening. Yeah.
We've got a banner arrived this week.
Yes,
we've got on it.
Some stuff sorted. I need to have a word with you, Ellis, about what the hell is actually going to happen. But yeah,
that'd be helpful.
Yeah, be fine. Just, maybe run some of the questions that you've written by us so that we're not just sat there looking like pricks, like spare pricks at their own chips while you ask all these questions.
Yeah.
Hey?
It's just a bit like when we do the normal pod, but...
Hey! Yeah, I know, but like...
No, like free-flowing conversation.
I don't know. It's 2:00 in the afternoon. I can't start drinking then. That's, no.
Can I say?
That way, madness lies.
We'll be fine.
I'm on holiday. Yeah, it could be me violently attacking people in the chip shop later. How much halloumi? Yeah. You can't say it's vegan if it's cooked in the fish oil. Yeah. And so on and so forth.
That's how it's going to go.
It'd be right.
We're only like 10 days away now.
I know. Harvey said, it's Morecambe next weekend? And I was like, that isn't. And she's like, yeah.
Yes, it is.
Ooh, fudge it is, yeah. It'd be good. It's going to be great.
Yep.
Bring it
back. Had a minor panic attack at work when you said that. It's fine.
Yeah, I didn't realise until... Yeah. Going to bring my swimming trunks. Going to have a dip in the briny bay.
Are you actually?
No, am I hell? Mate, I've got, although I am always cold, I don't wish to, make that worse somehow. Also, isn't all British coastal water, full of shit now as well? More so than usual. I don't know how many places are left. I don't think there's a lot of places left, because we've had some, I don't know. I don't see that side of it, but I know that Ellis said that there's people been contacting us about it and stuff, so that's good.
Yeah, we're in double digits now. We had about 20 spots, so...
Okay, so there's less than 10
people who are checking.
Okay, groovy.
Well,
okay.
it's 30, but then I didn't include ourselves and guests and stuff in that.
Yeah.
Which obviously is a key part of the number. So, yeah.
Be fine.
Yep, cool. I can't say what's worse. Cool. People being there, people not being there.
There's no such thing as bad publicity unless you're Rolf Harris.
The thing is, I've had to reach out to some people on Facebook via my own account because they put OPW put it on Facebook. And
yeah, some people I saw that, and I don't.
And then they were like, gave him the DM to us on Instagram. I'm like, nothing's coming through. So I just DM'd. And I was like, I'm not some random person. I'm from the podcast.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe make a Facebook one. I don't know. I rarely use the Hallmark one. It's just another thing.
I rarely use Facebook in general.
I know, another thing to yell into the void with, though, isn't it? Although we are on the Blue Sky thing now, and that's less bad than everything else at the moment. It's very wrestling positive, which is nice.
Yeah, every time I go on Twitter these days, it's just a cesspool of awfulness.
Oh, man, it started showing me Joey Barton's tweets. I'm like, who the fuck wants to see Joey Barton's thoughts? He's an absolute wham lord of the highest order, But the fact that he's trying to make out he's some sort of egalitarian freedom fighter, when the fact is that he's a thug who put a cigar out in a young lad's eye in a nightclub, tells you everything you need to know. Anyway, I did some kissing on Veilguard this week. That was exciting. I picked the giant lass, the giant they, because I wanted to be carried around because I'm only a skinny, wee, moon-faced child. And she absolutely crushed me against the wall. And I was like, this is well worth the 40 quid. Yeah. That's been my week.
Okay,
anyway.
Yeah, that description killed me a little bit. Well done.
I didn't really get a chance if she was like, oh, so are you flirting with me or is this serious? And I don't know whether I took too long or I looked away for a second, and the next minute I was into it. Thankfully.
Were you into it? That's fine.
I didn't want to get all peep show with it, but yeah. But that's that. That's what I've been doing with my week anyway. Anyone else? Anything interesting to report?
Oh, I was in York last week.
Oh yeah.
Oh, with the
What
Harry
for?
Potters.
What? What for? Just to see you see York.
Oh, fair enough. It's
Get some
nice.
time
I
off.
like York. Yeah.
We didn't want to. We didn't were able to go away on short notice, so we just went to Cornet, Newcastle, saw some stuff there, and went to York as well.
Fair enough.
Lovely.
Nice. Hi, York. Nice. Did you go to the weird, like, role-playing themed pub thing? Can't remember what it's called, but it's got all like drinking horns and stuff on the wall. That's fun.
No, I didn't.
No,
I should have known about that before.
I think it's called like the House of Wobbly Hands or something. It's not called that.
Trembling Madness.
Oh,
House of Trembling Madness.
we tried to go
He
there. It
may
was,
have been
It
there.
was
Yeah.
absolutely packed.
I assumed it would be. Yeah, but that's fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, no. Oh, also apparently, November next year, I'm going up to Perth for Bleeding Gums. They're doing a 2-night deathmatch tournament, and I'm going to that
amazing.
apparently, whether or not I like it. So
Okay,
yeah,
that's cool.
the only
Let me
problem
know
is
when
it's
you-
like Harvey's birthday weekend at the start of September. So
Happy
that's gonna
birthday,
be
Harvey.
fun. Yeah, I said come
Enjoy
with
the
us.
deathmatch.
Come with us to deathmatch stuff. Because Mum was saying, "Oh, I can't
Yeah.
wait to go to Morecambe and yell and all that," and I was like, "Well, no swearing because it's it's family friendly." So if you want us to swear,
No
you can come
swearing.
to a death match with us, Mum. She's like, "What? What's death match?" I was like, "Oh, let me show you some stuff."
It is exactly what it sounds like.
No, she wouldn't, mate. We have to pre-watch films before we show them her because in case there's any violence in it whatsoever, right? Or anything just a
Okay.
bit too sad. And
That's
yet I was
fair.
exposed to
Well-
Watership Down at like 6 years old, like
Yeah, that's just a nice, fun cartoon about rabbits, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Is it Plague Dogs, the second one as well? Yeah, same thing.
Yes, all fine. All fine.
All fine.
Not
something I wake up thinking about a lot. Like General Woundwort, mate.
Yeah.
Like, how did that get past anything? Anyway. As we're doing it a night earlier, I've not had time to call it. We've come to a bottleneck with the negotiations with my staff. I'm still waiting to hear back from their solicitor, and Mr. Derek Bing Bong. I don't know. I'm making this up. So there's no Ian Skinner news this week.
Jones.
sorry, just you can see how I'm making it up. Like, no, you're not. It's real. Just for legal reasons.
No,
right?
I mean, I can't use his real name for legal reasons.
Exactly. There we go. News.
John
Penta's
Selwyn Gummer.
contract-
Oh.
Penta's contract saga might be finally be coming to an end. Fightful Sports have learnt that word of an AEW is that Penta's deal will be up next week, and he will effectively become a free agent, barring some unforeseen changes.
What?
He's expected to have interest from WWE. Although nobody in official capacity there has ever mentioned him to Fightful, and all the indie companies looking to book him in high-profile matches should he become available.
I mean, it's sad, but
Yeah, I miss Lucha Brothers.
if
But...
he moving on, isn't it? Speaking of which, Ricky Starks recently appeared at a Glory Pro Wrestling show. Don't get that confused with something else. Ending a wrestling absence of over 6 months, as well as a GCW show where he said he was being frozen out. This led to questions regarding his status in AEW, as well as his wrestling future. If you haven't seen the clip from GCW, I stopped watching it about halfway through that show in the Mall of America thing. It was kind of weird.
Or his entrance down the escalator.
But he come
with
down the
his Louis Vuitton
escalator
bag.
in a sleeveless white blazer with a Louis Vuitton bag. Yeah, I was just like, I mean, it's baller. Yeah, I'll give him that.
Great.
He hasn't been injured. He's been cleared to compete, but he hasn't been at recent AEW shows outside of Full Gear since the absence started. Those that were spoken to say he hasn't been factored much into pitches or creative since then, but he remains under contract still. We're told his presence backstage at Full Gear was welcomed. Fightful Select learned via numerous AEW sources that AEW had an option year in the spring of 2024 in which they picked up this extends Starks' stay into the spring of summer next year. Those that we spoke to said that prior to the option being picked up, he was hoping to test the open market. Thus far, Fightful have not learned of any plans involving AEW and Rick Starks. He's, I think it's next month, highest in the room 3, him against Matt Cardona, which is just
Nice.
going to be a whole bunch of shenanigans
weeks.
because that's Matt Cardona's entire deal. Is just sports entertainment now. Who's letting fucking Broski
Yeah.
Jimmy cut 10-minute long promos that make me want to gouge my own eyes out because I listen with my eyes.
Yeah, you just be blind and unable to switch it off because you'd be
I'd
blind.
just be smashing stuff up, wouldn't I?
Yeah.
Oh, and
Think about this.
at the GTW show as well, fucking Bradshaw, JBL came out and clotheslined someone for no reason. I think it was Broski Jimmy.
He
Actually.
keeps cropping up, doesn't he?
I know, but
Yeah, he does.
I wish he'd fuck off.
Yeah, we all do.
The UK wrestlers have been showing up in NXT on the November 19th edition. There are photos of Progress Women's Champion Rio, Tate Mayfairs and Molly Spartan in the crowd at the taping. Fightful's Corey Brennan asked around British Wrestling and NXT about the present, just told they were just visiting for now at the taping. Rio is currently based in Orlando. She's on a US tour and she's working under a visa provided by Progress. Rio's previously tried out for the company, was part of the crop of talent at Clash at Castle earlier this year, while Mayfairs is a former NXT UK roster member. Barton's familiar to those in the Scottish wrestling scene and is also married to NXT's Wolfgang. Mm-hmm. Rio and Mayfairs both also worked AEW All In and Collision respectively earlier this year. And for those who have asked about European talent being WWE ID'd, Fightful have not heard of any talent being offered an ID deal as of right.
Yeah, I think Spartan lives over there, doesn't she? Well, I'm assuming she would.
I don't know. I've seen her a few times at Discovery. And I think Mythos Ragnarok as well. She was on that, but I don't know where she lives.
I assume that if she's married to Wolfgang's in NXT, he's going to need to be there more than.
Oh, I imagine so. Yeah.
Need to be elsewhere. I don't know. But that's why I assume.
I just hadn't really thought about her living arrangements before.
No, me neither. But when that happens, you kind of like, because Tate was on an episode of Collision, wasn't he? Got killed in about 2 minutes.
Yeah. Both Rio and him were on.
Yeah.
Rio, Lizzie Evo.
Yeah, Elizabeth Evolution. Call her by her full name.
Get fined.
Yes, Danielson. I don't know about the ID thing because everyone they've kind of got so far, I've been kind of like,
They got Kylie Ray in this week.
Yeah, and also someone whose nickname was Evil Gay.
Yeah.
Not my words. Don't come at me. I'm only quoting what was the. And I was just like,
you know how sometimes
the stars just align, and you're like, mate, what do you want your character to be? I don't know. What scares people the most? Evil gay people? Yeah, that'll do. Put it on the off we go. What's your finishing going to be? Figure of 4 leg lock. Not anything funny? Nope.
Okay. I have a suspicion that gimmick might not survive the transition to WWE.
It's not going to survive. And thank God.
Yeah, definitely. Big Boom AJ suffered a broken foot before his Full Gear match.
Fucking absolute menace of a man. Like, I don't know nothing about the man, but the more I've seen, the more I'm like, all right, yeah.
Yeah, it's fair. Yeah, so it came out he'd sustained a broken foot and was on crutches after the show. However, then people found out he'd broken his foot earlier in the day and just kept it to himself because he didn't want to disappoint people.
Yeah.
Who keeps a broken foot to themselves?
How? I'd be on the floor going, get me all the drugs you have, please, and like a new foot or a caster that I can push myself around on.
Inject the drugs into my face. Just get it.
Yeah, just whatever. But
what athletes do there. I mean, this one will go over your head, Joe, but Tottenham's keeper Vicario was like limping early on in the match against City at the weekend. Played the whole match, and then yesterday he posted a photo of him in a hospital bed because he just had surgery on a broken ankle, which he played on for the rest of the match and kept a clean sheet.
Kept a clean sheet, yeah.
Yeah, but he's not got to do that much running about, has he? Like, he's fairly stationary. He's only allowed in that.
There's a fair amount of jumping and diving,
isn't he? Yeah. Yeah, but he's still got another leg he can launch off. He's not allowed out of that square, is he? That rectangle.
He can go out of it. He's kind
of. What they should have done is put a big pole through him and then just twizz him round. That would have been good. Like table football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. Again, but is that
full
not
size
going
table
to...
football would be amazing.
Yeah, I think so.
If you do that.
Or Bob Mortimer's theory, where is it every foul you commit, you have to carry a bigger anchor than the previous foul. So eventually it's just people dragging anchors around, and I'm like, I could get into that. That'd be fun. Just tearing up the pitch as they go.
That's amazing.
Yeah, but would that not like make the recovery period longer? If you like, or did they not have they must have spare goalkeepers.
They did, but they were shite.
Well, that's
a big match.
It's not
they
his
were winning.
Fault. Fair enough, but I wouldn't. I'd be like, no, take me off.
You do a surprise amount in net. I did my hamstring playing once, so I thought it'd be fine. I'll just go in net. I made a hell of a lot worse because you're stretching your legs out, you're bouncing on your feet.
Well, that's why you just don't do sports. It's too many variables.
Very true. She will talk about Boom soon. B-Fab getting praise within WWE. I think I mentioned last week she had a match, and I said she looked really good. Well, that's come from backstage as well. B-Fab has been going to the New Hat Dungeon, which is run by Natalia and her husband Tyson Kidd, and she's one of the most frequent visitors. She's been really anxious to wrestle more, according to Fightful. She's been put in tag team matches on recent overseas live tours, hence why she then got this opportunity on screen. To quote a WWE producer, her initiative goes a long way. She's been called up, released, brought back, put with a different group. She's going above and beyond to make herself available, useful and versatile as she can, and has always had a good.
I think I might start watching NXT again in the new year, as it's on Netflix, isn't it? And apparently it's great again now. Yeah, so I may, because I'm not going to have to dip around trying to find it and all those sketchy lady bottom websites. So
you do realise you can watch NXT on the network at the moment?
I did not.
Because the deal with TNT and USA and all that went out, so it's just on the network.
Well, slice my sausages. That's late knowledge, isn't it? Yeah.
I only found out recently when I was looking for.
Because I know you could watch it, but it was always like a month or so behind, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's there now.
Well, I might just wait. Well, I'll see how much free time I've got.
You only got a month of the network left anyway.
I know, single tier.
We all knew it was happening, but it's still a bit sad.
Yeah. I think we should all log in at like 11:59 and salute as it goes down. Like, oh, did you see that video of like where the bugle guy didn't show up and just some old lad went like just did the last post with his mouth?
I have not seen that, but
I
want to.
I watched it for about 5 days straight because it's just like no one thought just get a phone or anything.
Just like play it off YouTube. No.
Yeah, just no.
That'd be worse. Or you get adverts. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I'm not springing for YouTube Premium. Speaking of which, if you made it this far, we should be available on YouTube soon. I think it'll just be the audio because no one wants to see our fat heads. But if once we figured it out, it'll be on there.
We're talking about this as a hypothetical, and now we've announced it. So, like, okay, now the pressure's on for me to
once
figure it
I've
out.
figured out what an RSS feed is, right? I'm assuming it stands for Randy Scotch Sausage. I don't know. You got to feed a Randy Scotch sausage. Anyway, yeah. The Singularity is back, baby. Lyra Valkyria's over-the-top return. That's over-the-top wrestling, not...
Yeah, she's making a big deal out of it.
Ostentatious.
Yeah.
Over-the-Top Wrestling announced that on the December 21st show, Lyra Valkyria will return to the promotion along with her former Woke Queen partner, Debbie Keitel. Fightful select Corey Brennan asked around in OTT and was met with surprise regarding the announcement. Several people they spoke to, finding out about Lyra's return to the promotion through social media, and some also expressing their surprise to see Debbie Keitel returning to OTT along with her former Woke Queen's partner. One source they spoke to in OTT noted that it was expected to be a really special moment for the two women and stated that they would like to see a reunion of that tag team. Another source noted the impact Finn Balor and JD McDonough's appearance was felt throughout Irish wrestling and expects the same from Lyra's appearance. Another OTT talent noted that they expected more WWE crossover in the future, but not so soon after their 10th anniversary show. They've also heard promotions signing contracts with WWE prior to their talent making outside appearances. One source they spoke to expects more WWE talent to start popping up in and around independent European promotion 2025.
Mate, I've just realised I'm in Dublin on that day.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
You better get down there then, haven't you?
I'm literally looking at tickets right now. We are actually. I'm genuinely. I'm in Dublin that day.
I mean, why would
that'll be done?
Yeah.
Is that the one where JD and Finn went to?
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, that's cool. Ludwig Kaiser popped up on a promotion as well this week. XW. I don't know what. I've never heard of the promotion, but he popped up there that he used to wrestle in.
I think maybe that's part of the deal. Like you get one of ours for every so often, and we get all yours.
The question is, do I just buy tickets and tell Ashley we're going, or do I
ask for permission first?
Yeah.
It's always better to ask forgiveness than it is to ask for permission, John. Everyone knows that.
Did she ask you about the pantomime, or did she tell you about the pantomime?
That's a good point. You make a fair point. And they're similar, both pantomimes.
That's good. And she likes wrestling.
Yeah.
You're lucky with that, because I'm like, my missus won't go.
Yeah.
Wrestling.
How much is a ticket to?
€33 or 55 for ringside.
That's about 50 quid then, isn't it, for ringside? Because I don't know how much euro was worth, but it's about now, isn't it? Yeah.
About 1 to 1.
Yeah. Go on, Christmas treat, innit?
Yeah, no, it's happening.
Yeah. you only get 25 days of noggy goodness before the government takes it away.
Lyra's class, isn't it?
Yeah.
Oh, if you could be cool to see a new different promotion.
Yeah, report back in the new year.
Yeah.
I'll move on as you buy it.
No, it's me, innit?
Yeah.
I got overexcited there.
Got him in his basket, it's fine.
It's fine.
WWE's comp ticket policy. WWE has been a hot ticket recently, and ticket prices have reached an all-time high. For the last number of years, internal comp tickets have been limited, which Fightful were told reached a new high in recent weeks. Numerous WWE talent have expressed frustration that comps are no longer available in many cases, and instead talent are getting pre-sale links that their friends and family can utilize and get tickets before general on sale. Fightful aren't sure if that applies to talent across the board, but a number of talent have indicated that it affects them. One WWE higher up we spoke to claimed it was a put at the WWE's success, and had confirmed that the company had even used less seat fillers in previous years because the company used a hot ticket. One talent Fightful spoke to took issue with a change, said there was no written info or update provided to talent on the change, and they were told by talent relations. One talent also said their comp tickets approved months before, and the week of the show were asked to provide a credit card to pay for tickets.
I mean, unless it's in your contract, you get free tickets, and you don't get free tickets, surely.
Yeah. It's a bit sad, but
it is what it is, isn't it? Like,
yeah,
your business. You're not going to give away free tickets if there's people wanting to pay.
I mean,
that's why we're giving away free tickets.
I mean, I'll take them, but I get it. But also, it's like, come on, you're worth how much money? Giving away a couple of seats here and there ain't, I don't know.
Yeah, I think how many talent there are though.
No,
if everyone had two.
Yeah, but it's not like they're going to have people in every town that they go to wanting to come and see him, is it? I'm assuming if it was hometowns or whatever, then yeah, it is a handful or whatever. But if it's, you're in bumfuck Massachusetts somewhere, I need 10 tickets and then just outside selling them for cress. I don't know.
It's only the last bit about if you've already pre-approved something, you should honour that.
Yeah.
But then provide a credit card, I would be like, no.
The mini story section. The AEW is going to Brisbane's Suncorp Stadium in Australia for Grand Slam, Saturday the 15th of February. Fightful were told a move to another venue now is likely because of low ticket sales.
In the mud.
We'll find out sooner or later where it is. So, yeah.
Well, apparently Brisbane's not really the place.
Wrestling town.
Yeah, it's not really a place like a tourist town. So I don't know.
I couldn't find it on the map.
See, apparently it's an odd choice, is what people are saying. I don't know enough about Australian cities.
Where did
There's only 4, isn't there?
Elimination? Where was Elimination Chamber? Do you know the one Rhea Ripley headlined?
Canberra, Melbourne, and that's all the cities. Gold Coast, that's another one that they say on Married at First Sight Australia. They go there all the time as well.
They do love that.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, there's now
it was
in the
in
middle.
Perth.
Erinsborough, there's one.
There you go. But that was a stadium salad, so that's clearly.
Oh, Perth in Scotland, John, you fool. I'm going there next year. Summer Bay, there's another one.
Summer Bay, world famous.
Yeah.
What else? Fightful Sean Rossat can confirm that Mads Kruger signed a multi-year contract with MLW recently. He's viewed within the company as one of the faces and top heel. It's good.
That's
Fightful has learned. And a top heel. Yeah. Fightful has learned Michael Hayes is listed for a heavy number of producer segments for SmackDown tapings. He's been on leave for personal reasons, but was expected to return. Yeah, they've been doing a lot of double tapings because they're trying to give Christmas off.
Yeah, which is fair enough, but then idiots on the internet.
Yeah.
Spoiling it up.
Yeah, but
there was.
Good for talent.
Oh yeah.
No.
Cargill is legitimately injured, apparently at least a few months out. I'll get to it, but there was an angle on SmackDown that's quite a funny position she was laying on the car, but she's been with a whodunit. But yeah, she was busted open, bruised on her face and that. But yeah, so hopefully she...
Like Jay Leno.
That would rule her out of the Rumble potentially then. If it's a few months, Rumble's 1st of February, so 2 months away. So hopefully she's back for
wish her all the
Mania.
best.
One AEW talent has indicated to Fightful after Tony Khan's media call this week that they believe Kenny Omega will wrestle in AEW before New Japan, and say his return has been discussed. He's meant to wrestle Dynasty on January.
It's the
Gabe Kidd, isn't it?
Yeah, Gabe Kidd.
Or Gabe Kidd Chaser, as he's known as.
Yeah, it's the Forbidden Door style show.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
But dare one.
Yeah, hosted by New Japan.
Yes. And only because he was chasing a kid around the arena, not in a weird way. Just to clear that up before we start getting letters.
And then, I'm glad this says this. The WWE Women's Intercontinental title was announced before Raw by Adam Pearce. So I watched Raw, and then we came back after a break, and they were showing this clip, and I was like, I just zoned out of Raw for a moment. I didn't realise it was before the show. So yeah, I assumed it was happening because they announced the brackets for the US, and I was like, not one of these people is from Raw, so I assumed Raw were getting their own version
of it. Right.
Makes sense. UK and Ireland, Fightful can confirm Luke Jacobs is slated to defend the Progress World Championship at Defy and Progress Mixed Show Onslaught. Do not doubleheader. His opponent for November 29 is Kevin Knight. And then on Sunday, 1st of December, Mike Man Like Davis.
Just it's broken.
So as you said, it's only one place to start is Full Gear.
Yeah.
I've not seen the Boom match. I heard lots of good things.
It was fun. It was just a big daft. I don't know who any of these people are. A child speared. QT Marshall looked surprisingly svelte as well. Like,
Yeah, I've seen that.
Cool.
Not like he didn't before, but he's either the sales are down at the Vauxhall showroom and he's eating dry ramen, or like. But yeah, no, it was just a good, fun kind of thing, and I get why they did it, because people have been talking about it, and the fact that your big man like was working with a broken foot, I didn't know until afterwards. Like
that's ridiculous.
Yeah,
but really good, because they say it's been really popular. Apparently, people were queuing up backstage for photos of the guy. Just because I don't understand who he is doesn't mean.
Yeah, it's not for us, John.
Yeah, exactly.
Isn't it like
it has to be
one of the third most watched clips of wrestling this year, behind like The Undertaker coming back at Mania, and I can't remember what the other one was. I'm pretty sure I saw that somewhere.
Probably.
Oh, wow.
That's how many millions have kind of got eyes on it.
Yeah.
I also read reports that he put over such a good impression that even like, WWE were then looking at him as, oh, can we get him in?
No, you've got.
Has he got a graphic?
You've got Paul Logan, mate. You've fucking buttered your bread. Now sleep in it, right? You've got that prick hanging around there. You can't get rid of him. No. Just leave him in a field. I hate him.
I just had a mental image of him walking Logan Paul in the middle of a cornfield. But you just stay there.
Go, boy, you're free now. Yeah. Just throw a fucking Pokemon card and watch him chase it and just peel out. Yeah.
Main show, what were your highlights of the?
I want to say Anna Jay against Deonna Purrazzo was pretty good as well, although it was kind of good. It was kind of the whole buy-in was banging, to be fair, and then the four-way of Buddy Matthews, Dante Martin, Commander, and Frank the Bull Mortos was great, because it was just four different kinds of fighting, all trying to kill each other, and it was
ideal.
It was just good. It was a really good buy-in, and then they put the QT Marshall AJ Boomington match on like as the lead into it, so it well done, I thought. Private Party against the Outrunners, Kings of the Black Throne, and the Acclaimed. Some Acclaimed shenanigans, that's falling apart, isn't it?
What was that bit about where the Acclaimed tried to get them to pin each other and the ref went with it? I don't understand.
Yeah, I think it's supposed to be like Caster is trying to make Bowens a heel. Bowens is far too gorgeous to ever be a heel. Like
it's a fair point, yeah.
So I think that's the thing of it, and it's eventually gonna, Daddy Ass is gonna have two Christmases this year, two separate houses, just like his own kids. Actually,
it keeps happening to him.
It does.
He's the problem. He's the problem.
Do you think it might be? Yeah. But again, it was a good fun match. The Outrunners fucking ring entrance is tremendous. Of it like scaling into old school like letterbox stuff.
Oh, I didn't see the entrance because I've not seen the pre-show.
This was the start of the show.
Oh, when I started the show, it was only their entrance happened on the pre-show.
Okay.
You see what I mean? Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, Private Party were always going to win.
Yep.
But it felt like setting up things further down the line. I mean, they can just have the Outrunners come out and just do Outrunners stuff for another 6 months at least before it gets boring, like.
Yeah, and then they'll give him the title. There was chat about giving him the title.
Too late.
Yeah.
And yeah, it was just a good fun match. I like multi-man tag matches where everyone's getting their bits in.
Yep, that's fair.
MJF against Roddy Strong with some bollocks at the end. Don't really care.
Full disclosure, I had the COVID vaccine before watching this, and I don't remember this match. I remember watching it.
You didn't miss much.
Not that it was bad. I just was a bit out of it.
Adam Cole took his time to come down though at the end. Didn't
he? Yep.
And I think that's the sort of where that's leading, of them trying to. I don't know. It's like MJF just is great and everything, but this ain't it. Him and the Adam Cole thing was fun when they were brochachos. And then, like, the betrayal was kind of fun, but the devil mask thing...
The betrayal was kind of
could have been done better.
Well, it was a problem because Adam Cole was fucked, right?
Yes.
Yeah, they couldn't do what they should have done with it. And now they've kind of brought it back, but Cole's the face, which doesn't make any sense, really.
Yeah, because he was the betrayer. It made MJF as sort of over as he's ever been in terms of being a face. And this just ain't it. It just fucking nightmare family. It just dead in the water. Just move on. Start
Just
everyone
pretend
else.
it never happened. Is
Yeah.
that what you're saying?
What? Yeah. Who's Mel? Mel who? Yeah.
Mercedes winning and Chris Statlander though. This
really
is the
good.
point I was like, I kind of woke up a bit. I was like, oh, this is now we're on.
Yes.
The longest women's match in AEW history, isn't it?
I believe so. Yes.
About 20 minutes, wasn't it? Yeah.
Willow and Monet were the previous.
Just great, amazing chemistry and amazing sequences of counter moves. They just look brilliant together.
It's just a good thing of like, yeah, I was like, oh, okay, Mercedes can actually, when she's up against someone and it's where's this week on week? I'm not saying it has to be, but it's only ever at pay-per-views we get to see a match with her that isn't a squash or
No, I agree.
isn't a
This
shenanigans-inator.
match is a problem in a way because it proves that we could have
It's
this.
there, yeah.
Yeah, the talent is there. We just don't get it very often for reasons I'm unclear of.
I don't know. But yeah, it was good fun. I was kind of disappointed with the outcome because I kind of wanted Mercedes to go.
Yeah, you went that.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of times I actually believed. A couple of near falls, I was like,
that's it. When it gets you.
Yeah.
When you get that bite and you're like, okay, that's when you know it's good.
Yeah. When you bought it now, even though you know Mercedes ain't dropping it.
Deep down inside, you know, but there's that little glint
that
moment,
that moment where the hand's coming down for the final time, and you just go,
yeah. It's rare, but when it does happen, it's the best feeling. Jay White and Adam Page again. Pourquoi? Why? I don't.
No, I enjoyed this one.
I enjoyed the match. It was a bit slow. And I know Hangman kind of, but Jay White doesn't tend to normally work that slow.
True. I enjoyed the ending though because it kind of called back to Jay White's previous win where he countered the buckshot.
Yeah.
But then Hangman was wise to it. But then Jay just counted it again into it, and I was like, oh, nice.
Just keep spamming that Y button. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
It was fun. It was good.
I enjoyed that counter.
Yeah, and it made sense. It's just I want Hangman just furiously murdering people. It's just me. Kyle Fletcher against Will Ospreay, 12 stars if it was the Tokyo Dome.
That's fair. Was that a clean win as well?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah, well,
from what I remember, it was getting late on at this point.
I really thought there was going to be shenanigans in this one, and
I don't think it needs to be because they're in the. Are they not both in the C2 Continental Classic? Are they not both in the groups there? So I think they're going to roll it back there, have Ospreay win, and then we get the big one at Revolution or whatever.
I mean, I've said it before. I love it when a heel wins without shenanigans. That's after all time, but it just makes me go, "Oh, very good."
They're good. Yeah, you know what I mean. They don't have to resort to cheating; they can win. But again, it was just like, have I accidentally pressed ×2? Like because there was bits of this. I was going, come on, lads, this is embarrassing. Slow down.
Okay, my eyes are tired just watching you. I can't follow things this quickly.
Yeah, it's like watching ice hockey.
But it was clean as well.
Yes, it was. Yeah. But again, I think we're going to get that round back, possibly in the C2, and then best of 3.
Best of
how many somewhere down the. I mean, yeah, they can go again.
Best for 20 seconds.
Australia show.
Could be, probably be the Aussie show. Yeah. But again, if you come back and Kenny comes back, there's more moving parts to add into it. It's good. I liked it. Jack Perry and Danny Garcia, yes. I was wrong. But I don't mind it, because it was done in a really good way. Didn't beat him down, he just submitted him. And I was like, okay, with it. Makes sense.
Yep. I enjoyed it. It was a good match. Good to see Garcia get the push.
Let's hope.
It's kind of interesting seeing Perry almost being hit me, do it. Throughout the whole thing, it was
Well, we still don't know where Perry stands, do we, in the bastard squad against the rest of the world dynamic? So
what do you think he does now?
I don't know. I honestly don't know. A third mysterious faction? I don't know. He might just have some time off and have a bit of a think and see what he wants to do. A
different version of the Bastard Squad, and then we basically just replay the whole NWO thing. It'll be great.
Yeah,
Les Barsby gets involved.
No, let's not do that. But yeah, it was. I mean, it's a shame we're going to lose that belt because it was quite good. And Danny Garcia is now looking up meteorology and how to smell. Because that's got to happen.
Yeah.
But yeah. Going forward, every TNT champion has to make their own belt.
You just come like, oh, I ran out of time. I made it out of plasticine.
I've knitted mine. Yeah.
That'd actually be quite good. That's
Actually,
quite a high bar for execution.
See if Harvey can crochet me a belt in a week.
Crochet a lucha mask.
Oh, yes. I'm going to be the British Excalibur. which is British anyway, because it was Thingy Sword. So I'm going to be an American.
For heat.
But yeah, you can't just all share one mask, John. No flobbing in it. Takeshita against Ricochet, yeah, again. I thought it was right. I've got like barring antics and stuff. I thought it was a really solid card from top to bottom. Not mind-blowingly great, but solid, and I enjoyed myself. Like Takeshita and Ricochet, yeah, it was fine. I like the fact that Takeshita is a bastard man now.
Oh yeah, he's great.
Like, and Ricochet's like, yeah, I can do the job. Yeah, I'll go and look at the lights for you. It's because that's kind of what you're meant to be doing at that point, right?
Yep.
Lashley against Swerve. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of Nana abuse.
That's fair.
I don't know. He just seems, it's like kicking a puppy, isn't it? It's just like, you do it, then you immediately feel bad afterwards. Not on purpose, like when you accidentally kick a dog.
Oh, okay, that makes more sense.
And then they look at you like, I've got to protect you from the invisible thing that's kicked me.
Yeah, I did that to Ash's family's dogs.
Yeah,
like, what happened? And I'm just like, I'm sorry. And I'm like,
don't walk right behind my foot when I'm going upstairs then. But yeah, Lashley had to win. Lashley's going to absolutely crucify everyone. I haven't watched Bloodsport yet, but I heard MVP's showing out in that was great as well.
Oh, really? Cool.
Yeah. I just, again, ain't too much time and not enough, too much stuff and not enough time. And then Mox and Cassidy. We're not done with this, are we? Obviously, I thoroughly enjoyed it. In fact, the Orange was pissing blood about 2 minutes in. Like,
yeah, that's Mox's job. What's he doing?
Orange is the new Cody. He's got too much blood, and it seeps into his denim, and that's what makes it dark. You see,
all becoming clear.
He has to let it out. Yeah, it was.
Let it go.
It were a good fun match. The kind of everyone appearing at the end. I enjoyed Willow coming out. Like,
yeah, that was cool.
That was good. And like people, they're running out, everyone taking each other out. I enjoyed Pac hoofing that guy outside. Like the guy whose car it was, he was having a piss or something. I don't know what he was doing.
I don't know. I looked away at that point and I was like, what? You're about to ask, like, what's happening? And she's like, I don't know.
Yeah, but then like Darby just whamming that car in there. And then, yeah. Imagine that, you're just having a piss, then the next thing you know, Pac just hoofed you to the ground.
Well, that's a new night terror unlocked. So
to lock the bathroom door. I don't think that's enough. He can come from anywhere. But yeah, and then so maybe Cassidy isn't the savior that they need, and maybe it's going to be Darby.
Yeah, he was legitimately driving that car, apparently.
Yeah, he was.
Of course, he fucking was.
Yeah, I don't know why he even said
Tony's like, we've got a stunt driver, and Darby's like, what? No, I'm doing it.
What's
my idea?
Driver?
No, send him away. They put all the face paint on him and stuff, and then he was like, "No, you can just go. Yeah, you can go and get kicked by Pac. It'll be fine." But because he's in the C2 as well, and Claudio's in there, and so it might be needling him down like that, or it might be seeing who stands against who, and it was good. I enjoyed it. It was. I'd say again, not one of the ones that's blown me away and gone wow, but every match on it was good and had a reason for being there, and it all furthered stuff on. Yeah,
I always enjoy AEW pay-per-view. Either I'm really hyped going into it, it's very exciting and I love it, or I'm not that hyped, but I watch it and then have a great time anyway.
Yeah.
So, and this was kind of one of those ones, but that's fine.
Yeah. Again, my one takeaway from it is more than one women's match, please.
Yeah, it was a bit.
Oh, we had the celebration.
Yeah, but that was good. I just don't know why it wasn't a section on Dynamite.
Yes, exactly.
I mean, it's cool we're gonna get Mina here because she's awesome, but
it could have been it literally could have been a first thing on a Dynamite or the last thing on a Dynamite if you wanted to put it like that. It was not.
It's not a pay-per-view.
It looked cool as fuck with her bleeding and everything. Like it was an image.
She loses a tooth.
Apparently so. Got to lose a tooth at a pay-per-view. There you go. That's how they get Danhausen back. He keeps bringing her teeth
clear.
every week. Keeps bringing her a new tooth, like a kind of reverse tooth fairy. Yes. Make it happen. If you don't, Sky will. But yeah, I thoroughly enjoyed it. We've got Thingy, New Year's Revolution Day end. What the fuck's it called?
That's the name.
Fight for the Fallen.
No, the next pay-per-view.
World's End.
World's End, yes. Legs akimbo. Yeah, that one. So that should be pretty fun as well. But that one's already paid for because I bought the 2 for packet thing.
Yay.
Saved a whole £4 or whatever. But,
Was that the discount?
yeah, well, apparently if you buy it through like the Android app, it's I couldn't be bothered jigging through those houses. So yeah,
That's fair.
it's still cheaper than America.
Like $50 a pop, aren't they?
Something like that, which I guess why they have to load the card so high. But
yeah.
But there again, $50 is 30 quid. So
still
a lot.
That's still a lot though.
But they get cheap petrol now.
It won't be as bad, but they do. Obviously, like one a month now.
It's getting that way, and it's
the difference. Yeah.
At least the Australia one will be on at a normal time here.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, it's well good that. So it was like 10 a.m. It's like you having your crumpets watching the Elimination Chamber.
I was like, it's weird cracking a can of lager open this early in the morning, but I did it because you've got it, haven't you?
Feel weird about Wrestle Kingdom starting at 8 a.m. being like, I should be having a beer.
I should have a drink, but I'm at work watching this. Yeah. Oh, that was AEW, and then there's now no point doing the rest of it because.
No, but we've got the C2 starting. We've got the groups, haven't we?
Oh, they're pretty strong actually. Briscoe's back, baby. Nope, that's not it. This is professionalism at its highest.
We're so good. Nope, that's last year.
Yeah. There's people on it.
No, there's people. Yep.
Go away.
It looks like Okada and Ospreay are in different blocks. So it looks like it could be.
Got him. Okada, Benjamin, Briscoe, Fletcher, Garcia, Frank the Beast. And then in the gold squad, Darby Allin, Claudio, Brody, Will Ospreay, Ricochet, and fucking Juice. So like they're both fucking stacked groups. And if it's anything like last year, like it's just going to be absolute silly bollocks. But there's opportunities. I mean, my horrible feeling is that Ospreay and Fletcher are going to win the respective groups, and that's where we could have.
Oh, you think? Okay.
When we could have Frank Mortos against Brody King in a meat fest competition.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's all I want. That's all I want. Tony, that's all I want. Just give it to me.
Juice Robinson trying to climb up Shelton Benjamin like Shadow of the Colossus.
I want that too.
Yeah, you see, these are all options.
Climbing up, stabbing weak point.
Like,
watch the fuck out of that.
I make it happen. Let's do it. But yeah, but I think that starts tonight, doesn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Well, tomorrow night. Sorry, tomorrow night because it's Tuesday.
That's gonna throw me. I'm gonna wake up and like.
Yeah, I know. Technically tonight when it comes out. Anyway, yeah, go on.
We've got Survivor Series coming up. Do the predictions alongside this.
Oh, Crivens.
It's only 5 matches, so it's
what?
Yeah. In terms of other stuff on SmackDown, women's tournament for the US title continued. It was Blair Davenport, Bianca Belair, Chelsea Green in a match. This is where the Jade angle happens. So Bianca is ready to hit the finish on Blair Davenport. And then there's footage of Jade Cargill being like laid out on top of a car, which is smashed. She's bleeding, she's bruised, and Bianca's kind of torn. What do I do here? Do I carry on with the match? I go to my friend. She runs out back, which then leaves Chelsea Green to win. There's a lot of push for Chelsea Green to be the inaugural champion.
As there should be.
Okay, yeah, that sounds good.
And I also noticed the shirt. It's very good.
Told you.
I did enjoy.
Just reminds me of that bit in Kimmy Schmidt where he's getting his headshots done in the photo me booth and they're just passing stuff through. He's like, he's a sailor and a baby and stuff. Yeah.
So we've got a classic wrestling whodunit. Obviously, she's out for a few months.
Bianca, it was Bianca.
Well, yeah, there's people saying Bianca could have set it up, but then they're like, well, it doesn't make sense why she cost herself the match then.
Because then when Jade comes back, she could be like, it was you that cost. Yeah, you see.
There's a lot saying Naomi. So when they got to the ambulance where she was going in, Naomi and Bianca was like, no, you two can bugger off. She's my tag partner. I don't know anything to do with you, to Bayley. But she also was a bit critical of Naomi. Naomi gave a face later on in the night that she even responded to comments on Twitter about, going, no, I would never do that.
I mean, yeah, it would make sense and sets Naomi up against. Yeah, I mean, they were in that trio for a brief bit, weren't they? And then
they were. Yeah,
she kind of got pushed to the side. Yeah.
Well, yeah, there's been that she got pushed to the side while they went and won gold. And on Raw, then they were then down a member because Jade was in the War Games match. So it's a shame she's not going to get to partake in that. And Naomi was the one who suggested, well, what about Bayley? And Bianca was like, you know what, like EO I can just about put up with. But Bayley was the leader of Damage Control. And I was like, okay, I appreciate you kind of mentioning that because I was a bit annoyed that you were just accepting of Io. And then they had a advantage match later on in the night. Bianca and Nia Jax, a really, really good match. It's kind of match that Bianca's really, really great at working at when she's kind of fighting from underneath, but having to show her strength in doing so. She ended up winning. Obviously, there's people running out, but Bayley came out and knocked Nia Jax off the rope, and Bianca was able to get the win. And then there was kind of a look between the two of them, and Bayley is now in the team. So I will do that one. One of the 5 matches is the Women's War Games match. We've got Rhea Ripley versus Rhea Ripley has got Bayley, Bella, Naomi, and Io Sky in her team, and they are facing Team Liv Morgan, which has got Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Tiffany Stratton, and Candice LeRae.
In terms of the fact that it's full of disharmony, I'm going to have to go with Team Heel on that.
Yeah, good for you. That.
Just because Bianca's kind of on her own. Naomi's clearly killed Jade. Bayley and Io still aren't getting on after the whole damage control thing. No one likes Io Sky.
Okay.
Yeah. See?
Yeah.
And it's going to be a shame because Morgan's going to beat the piss out of Rhea Ripley is my horrible, horrible feeling. And I don't like that.
But Io will jump off something.
Io's going to put a bin on her head and jump off the top of the cage. That's a given. If that doesn't happen, I will eat a 50p piece next week on the podcast. Right?
You heard it here.
The one from Morecambe.
No, I'm keeping that forever. Yeah, I'll eat the one from Morecambe and get all the diseases. I hope it fucking happens now.
So that was that match. LA Knight defended his title against Santos Escobar. A good match, and then at the end, Nakamura popped out. Nakamura has been targeting LA Knight. He's like a black ninja at the moment or something. He's very goth-like. He's cool promos about though, like with the animations and stuff like that.
Oh, sweet, really?
Cool.
Yeah, but it's more rather than the colourful anime style. It's more like black and white imaging. It's
okay.
I don't know what the style would be called. Yes, it was very good. Okay. And then on Raw, they announced that this has now been made official. So the US Championship, LA Knight versus Nakamura. It feels a bit rushed to me that it's gone straight to this because we've only really had Nakamura back for 2 weeks, to the extent where I can't then see him winning this. Oh, sorry. I'm going Team Heel as well, yeah. Team Morgan. Just realised I ignored that.
I know, but it's Shinsuke, and I love him.
I love Shinsuke too, but
he never gets his moment in the sun, does he?
No, exactly.
They always go, he's coming back and he's doing cool shit, and then they go, yeah, but this guy, and it's like, no, Shinsuke's right there, and he's got bendy legs. I see that video, that woman going down the stairs to Shinsuke's music.
Yeah, I watched that a good few times.
Oh, God, it annoys me because it's going to be LA Knight.
Head and heart, isn't it?
I know, but Knight's had it for a while now, hasn't he, as well? But he's been doing quite good with it.
He's done very well with it, yeah.
Yeah, but this is time up.
He's starting to hit his BFT. It's becoming one of the out of nowhere moves. He did that really good one in that triple threat. And then he did another one here where he was being lifted up onto his shoulders for a move and he flipped over his head. And as he flipped down, he grabbed the head and put him into it against Santos Escobar.
That at his age.
Pretty cool. Pretty cool.
No, going Nakamura. I can't not. I'm just going to do a sick on him.
Yeah, understandable. I'm jumping between Raw and SmackDown, so I'm trying to stick to this for the main one. On Raw, we had Breaker defending his title against Ludwig Kaiser, and again, good match. But then Sheamus came down and repeated what happened in last week's Raw, where Kaiser ruined Sheamus's opportunity. So they just kind of did a tit for tat. They were all just killing each other, brawling, and then Adam Pearce came out and he's just like, fuck it, if you want to fight, triple threat, Survivor Series, all 3 of you, this is going to be match of the night. I know there's War Games matches going on, but that's going to be some madness in there. Did you see Braun Breaker running at full pelt into the corner of the announce table?
Yeah, that looked horrendous. I loved it and also hated it.
Breastbone, like right into that corner. I was like, no, don't like that.
That table moved a fair bit.
He travels at like 20 odd miles per hour when he's there.
Also, he weighs as much as a fucking bull elephant. Like, lad's huge. But yeah, it's gonna be Breaker, isn't it? He's just gonna fucking let them two fight. I don't mind me capital. And then just sweep in and fucking suplex him into the sun. Yeah, it's got that's got absolute banger written all over it though. That.
Yeah, no, that'll be great. I think the longer story coming out of that is Kaiser and Sheamus. So yeah I think they're costing each other. It'll be a cracking match. The World Championship is up for grabs. So Gunther, I've mentioned it, he's a very different Gunther since losing to Cody. He's not really got much to say. He's doubting himself. He had an interview at the start of the Raw. Before he could really talk, Priest came out and he tried to attack Priest, but he ended up getting Razor's Edge through the announce table to start the show, so they had to rebuild the table. But
Nice.
yeah, Priest is just dominating every week, and he's got no comeback. That's very unusual to see, but it's nice because he's doubting himself.
He needs to yell, "Unhand me, Priest!" and then
That would make me so happy.
And then chop him to death. I don't know, because like you said, he's all right, Alice, just write a mind name for me. Yeah, I'm probably gonna put that anyway. It feels like this will be the thing to give him his power back.
Yeah.
He's gonna absolutely demolish Priest, like Thomas Cromwell.
Analogy.
Yeah. I watched a 2-hour documentary about the Bayeux Tapestry the other day because I couldn't be arsed getting off the sofa to find the buttons.
Was it good?
It was all right, actually, because they used like spectrography to show what the thread would have looked like when it was initially dyed. And the Bayeux Tapestry is well camper than I gave it credit for. And for that reason,
You going for them?
Gunther.
Yeah, I'm going to go Gunther.
Oh, no,
kind of think.
Also Gunther.
I think we're going to build slowly to. I know there's rumors of like Gunther versus Punk, but Gunther versus Kaiser because he's been pushing Kaiser back a bit. I suppose it could be an interesting dynamic if he lost this and Kaiser won.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I can see that.
Kaiser be like, I went away and did what you said. I looked after myself. What have you done? So yeah, different ways it can go. But it'll be a good match. It's nice to see the story flipped around and Gunther in a weak position. It's not something we're used to. There is one more match.
Man.
Yeah, there is one more match. Before I do that, there's two other noteworthy bits. So Saturday night main event is in 2.5 weeks, treating it as a big thing. Kind of like a mini pay-per-view in between. They have announced Kevin Owens and Cody Rhodes title match for that show. I don't know if you've seen it. It was like 10 minutes or so. There was 2 promos this week that were very emotional, very rooted in truth, very rooted in history, and you kind of were like, they both got a point. So the first one was this on SmackDown. This weren't Cody pandering to a crowd. This was like, you've not seen this Cody in WWE, something you've seen in AEW, where he's just fuming. He calls out Kevin. He's like, I know you're here. Just get the fuck out. Kevin comes out. He's like, you want to know why I did this? And I thought, we're just going to tread it over. But he didn't. He kind of brought up kind of realities. He was like, WrestleMania 39, I was in that ring chasing off the bloodline to help you. I forgot about that. Him and Sammy, after they'd won the tag titles on night one, they came out to try and help him. Then WrestleMania 40, I was in that ring with you celebrating, and I was so happy for you because you finished your story. He did the mimic voice. He said that. And he's like, well, these guys literally ran him over in a cart at Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
They've chained him. I fought them for 4 years. And he was just like, so yeah, it is your fault because at the first chance for kind of glory to get your name on the card, you've just gone to Roman and pissed away everything that we've done for the last 2 years together and then 4 years for him. And yeah, he spat some truths. He went, so everything is your fault for it. I was like, okay, he was a lot more vitriol than that. I can't remember all the exact words he said. Then I was like, okay, yeah, how's Cody going to come back to this? And Cody was also very truthful. He was like, it's bullshit. He said, you self-sabotage yourself. He said, if you were to retire now, you would be a Hall of Famer. He said, you were a Grand Slam champion, but you've not held gold for ages, and you just self-sabotage yourself. He said, I handed you a title shot for Backlash. You didn't want it. You tried to walk away from it.
He did.
He's like, and he had justification, but then he brought up the match. You were in the match, you had me. You had me beat. You could have pile drive me then. You could have power bombed me on the apron and you hesitated. You didn't pull the trigger. You lost. You could have been the champion right now. Not me. You had me beat. He said, you just constantly self-sabotage. And then he just continued to spit truths at kind of Kevin Owens. And I was like, what you're saying is also right.
Okay.
And they were like, yeah, the match is going to happen. They didn't announce when. It's only now being announced that it will be Saturday night main event for the title. I am not doing it justice. It was phenomenal and very, it was quite emotional when you listen to it all. Because Kevin Owens is great at all that. And when he was being told he's self-sabotaging, you could see in his face, he's right, but I don't want to show him he's right.
Yeah.
Oh,
fuck yeah.
Yeah. So they've set that match up. So that was a great promo. And then the other promo that definitely needs referencing next Monday is the 10-year Raw anniversary show of the New Day. They did a little promo package showing the show with all 3 of them on it. And then it was right before a New Day tag match. And they were stood in gorilla together. And they're like, you know what? Forget all this bad stuff that's been going on. We've done a lot here in 10 years. Let's go out, show everyone what we're about. And the music plays and Woods is like, come on, H. Triple H obviously sat off camera, isn't he, Gorilla? They go out and, Woods is pissed off that, Woods is wants to start the match. Kofi's in there and he tags himself in, and like, what's going on here? And then as he turns around and gets elbowed by, what's he called, Otis, and they lose within less than a minute. And then we have one of the old classic panning shots, but it works really well here, where they're walking out arguing, but it then follows them through Gorilla and into the entranceway. Have you watched it? Because it's 2.5 minutes of break your heart.
Oh, yeah. When you said you need to watch this, I was like, okay, then. And then I was like, I wish I hadn't.
Thoughts and feelings on what they said.
Again, it's that thing, though, of relying on history. We all know these things have happened, and yet wrestlers seem to forget week on week what happened the previous week, sort of thing, or at least a month ago. Whereas they've got a 10-year back history of stuff that they've messed up individually or together or through no fault of their own. And it feels like I'm going to have to watch that Kevin Owens Cody thing now as well, because it feels like that's a very similar kettle of fish.
It is, yeah. I'll find the link on that. I'll send it to you. But yeah, this was. If you've not seen it, John, have you seen Woods and Kingston just go at each other?
No.
Yeah, they go and watch it, but they're tearing each other down from the last 10 years. And Woods is told there's a reason that me and he didn't let you call the play because you're not good enough. You've not won a title because you're not good enough. I gave you my Intercontinental title shot months ago, which you did, and you lost. You won the King of the Ring. You fucked it up and had your crown crushed by Roman Reigns. You weren't good enough, and then Woods is like, "Well, I was good enough for you when I was the one helping you believe you could be the world champion when you were running away from it, and I was the one that was fighting for you to get it. I was in that ring celebrating. We handed you that title, and you pissed it away on a silver platter in 6 seconds to Brock Lesnar."
I don't want any of this.
No, my only hope is that Big E comes back, just fucking power bombs the two of them, which is the wrestling equivalent of knocking their heads together. And then they go, "All right, sorry, yeah," like. Or they just have a scrap, get it all out, and then it's back to new. But
I think either way, I'm going to cry at Raw next week because there's either going to be a turn, or Big E's going to return and get them back together, or Big E's going to return and one of them turns on him. Like either way, there's going to be emotion, and this promo here was just phenomenal in terms of setting that up.
Because it's
all amazing storytelling. I don't want it to happen.
Yeah, that's the sad thing. It's the longest serving stable ever, I think, like in modern wrestling history.
Yeah, that's surprising.
And they've always been such a force for good. To see that darkness creep in is not good. Yeah, let's hope it's not. Let's hope Big E comes out. They all get some booty-os, and
yeah, hopefully
we shall see. But yeah, that'll be next week's Raw. And then the last thing, which then obviously leads to that match on SmackDown. Solo wanted Roman to surrender, but he in a way of saying, "I love you, I love you, I love the Usos. He said we could dominate as together. Let's stop fighting each other. We could just absolutely run this whole show. Let's just stop this."
Can you dig it? Yeah.
And surrender. You get OG Bloodline in the locker room, and they're like, "What we're gonna do? We're down a man." And they're like, "We could try Seth again." And Roman's head just shoots up, shakes his head. He's like, "Absolutely not." I think Jay brings up, "We could try Cody." He went, "Nope, that shit's gone." He went, "You teamed with him before. He's like, one-time deal, done." And they're like, "No one wants to work with you. You fucked everyone over."
Yes, like, you've still not apologised to anyone.
And he's not apologised to anyone. And then he's like, "Well, here's that bugger it. All four. We'll just die on our sword. 4 versus 5. And then they're like, "Okay." They got hyped up. He gave a proper motivational speech, and they went, "So what's the plan?" And Roman went, I don't know. And you could just see everyone deflate. And they're like, he wasn't the one who came up with the plans. So
no.
And end of the night, he's about to say something to the new bloodline, and then you get the "ladies and gentlemen." Crowd goes fucking wild, and then Heyman dressed like Solo Sikoa used to dress. He ain't in a normal suit. He's in the red t-shirt with the red the pocket square. He's got jet black hair. Last time we saw him, he was all grey with baggy eyes because he wasn't sleeping.
Yeah, he looked like he was on the bag for a couple of days. Yeah.
He's got a nice suntan. And he just comes out and goes, "Yep, it's not 5 versus 4. That doesn't work. It's 5 versus 5. And then Punk's music hit. You get Evil Smile Heyman. Punk coming down, taping his wrist as he walks. And he just jumps in the ring and starts fighting. And then you get the Roman and Punk stare down and very impressively hit simultaneous spear and GTS. When I say simultaneous, the impact of the spear and GTS on 2 separate people was at the same point, which is quite impressive for them 2 moves.
Yeah, still not as cool as Bray Wyatt's finger guns, but...
Oh,
Nothing ever will be.
And then, yes, the lip readers of Twitter, X, Blue Sky, have then looked at the interaction between them. There's a wonderful shot of them two. Paul Heyman stood on the ropes in the middle, just smiling. And Roman says to him, "What are you doing here?" Punk says, "I'm saving your ass. It's not about me and you. It's about him," pointing at Heyman. And then Roman goes, "Don't forget, he's my wise man." And Punk just smiles and says, "We'll see." And then it goes off there. The after show footage shows them all throwing the wands up. Punk's doing his go to sleep. But then when they leave the ring, Heyman has no interaction with Roman. He hugs the Usos, he hugs Sammy, and then he walks off with Punk. Roman's left behind.
Okay, interesting.
So he didn't answer the phone not didn't answer, he disconnected his phone, so Roman couldn't contact him. But he's gone back to his original Paul Heyman guy. And Roman didn't know. You could see in his face, like he was like, "What the hell's going on?" So Roman's like, "Well, can I trust Heyman? Can I trust Punk?" It's good. There's a lot of layers from this. You've then got the Seth. Seth's going to be... I don't think he'll be pissed off that Punk took his spot because he was very adamant.
He was never going to take that spot, no.
I don't think it's that, but he will be pissed off at Punk's kind of glory complex as well. Like,
what, I'm just inserting himself into someone else's story, you mean?
Coming into a story. Coming into Survivor Series War Games again, because it was Steph in War Games last year, and he then popped back at the end. I could see Seth maybe trying to get involved to cost Punk. I could see Punk being the one who wins the match and then saying to Seth, "You couldn't go in there and do this."
Yeah.
There's lots of ways it can go. And I generally now don't know the winner of this match. I am hyped for the Roman Punk thing down the line. I'm hyped for the Heyman and Roman conversation.
Yeah.
And on SmackDown this week, they said on Raw, like, Punk and Roman are having a face-to-face, so we're going to get that piece before Survivor Series. So, yeah, it's all up in the air. It's interesting.
New Bloodline won the last one, didn't they?
They did, yeah. Solo pinned Roman. Don't forget that.
Yeah, so what I'm thinking is that Punk's pinning Solo.
Yeah, I think if they win, Punk get the win. So you can do that Seth rubbing in. And then he's also got it over Roman, hasn't he? For later down the line.
Well, I beat the guy who beat you.
Yeah. But
even though it's not the same because it's a War Games match and there's like 9 other people in there. But it's still I'm going OG Bloodline.
Well, Seth could come and take out Punk because Seth's not on the card. He could just come out and take him out.
I mean, there's Punk's made a lot of enemies.
Yeah, and the other thing that makes sense there, they've been saying no one wants to team to you with you because you fucked everyone over. Well, yes, he's a Paul Heyman guy, but Punk wasn't there for all that. Punk's never been affected by the bloodline. So in kayfabe story...
It makes sense. Oh, yeah, no, yeah. I'm like genuinely like, this is actually quite good writing. Yeah. Because things matter. Things have consequences. History is an important thing. Like, it's genuinely quite good. But yeah, that's my guess is...
OG.
Punk's...
Yeah, I'll go for OG.
4th man in. No. Don't know. I think Roman might like push in front of Punk and still showing like trying to assert dominance, like piss higher up the cage.
Yeah, I know it doesn't fit the normal structure of a War Games match. I quite like Roman to be like, "I'm going to start."
I mean, if he was leading by example, but
I don't think he will. So he hasn't changed. He's not said sorry to anyone, has he?
No,
still. I think that's deliberate.
Oh yeah. There's still a way more of this story to go because we've got new bloodline, NU bloodline, which is all of the toddler Samoans they're coming in. And there's going to be bloodline, the next generation, bloodline, deep bloodline 9,
good,
and so on and so on. You get it. It's Star Trek.
I got it. We're there.
Yeah, but it's even down to like you question everything. Like they've been very adamant. OG bloodline. Let's have the OG. Well, OG Heyman guy. That was always a thing as well. Like, I can see a turn happening. Maybe not now, but down the line, that Heyman's going to be like, "Screw you. I'm back off with this guy."
He takes the Usos. There's nothing against them, has he? But
was someone else noticed as well when he was up looking at Punk and Roman that he looked to the side and Jimmy nodded at him. And then Heyman gave him a wink and then went back to looking at them. So it was like, because Jimmy is the one who told him last week, you've got to make the call to Heyman. So it was like, has Jimmy gone? Because that's the thing, everyone's doing their own stuff. Like in the past, they wouldn't have gone up and asked Seth Rollins to join the team. They didn't need permission. Everyone's doing their own shit.
But that's because Roman doesn't have the iron fist over them anymore. That's why.
No.
So
this will be the main event. It'll be interesting. And best thing, they've changed the start time, much like Bad Blood. It starts at 11 p.m. UK time.
Starts 11 or pre-show?
No, main show. Main show starts at 11 p.m.
Delightful.
Which is lovely. So it'll be done by 2.
Yeah,
doable.
3.
Yeah.
Because there's a lot.
And if you, I know you wouldn't watch the full thing, but yesterday was a 1-year anniversary since Punk returned. They put like a 9-minute video on YouTube of like the backstage stuff.
I'm all right.
But the funny one is Randy Orton, because Randy Orton comes through and he's like, "Could I not have fucking 10 minutes to enjoy my return?" And Punk's like, "It's a cherry on the cake. I just wanted to piss you off." He wanted to piss me off, and then
should have
he's
responsibly
like,
choked him, Randy.
I love you, brother. Bailey absolutely legs it from back. Everyone's like watching backstage, not in Gorilla.
Yeah.
Bailey's like, but the funny bit is he bumped into Regal. And he's like, sorry, because they had a bit of a tiff, didn't they? And that's Frosty, that bit. The Frosty acknowledgement of each other, I would say. So yeah, Survivor Series this weekend. That's the 5-match card. Hopefully it'll be a good one. Last one on the network. Unless, I'm hoping Saturday night main event will be on it, because
you would assume
televising it. Yeah. So, that's it. Thank you everyone for listening. Enjoy War Games if you're watching it. Enjoy the wrestling that you do watch this week. There's a lot going on at the moment.
Yes.
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye.
Near the meat hall.